You're now watching Sideswipe TV. This is another video on COD. This is just going to be about some tips and tricks on how to get you better at COD, as most people want to do. You just want to keep getting better and better, and this is for people who want to go competitive, pro, and or just get better to then have the ability to go pro or have the choice. So what you can do is first, it was going to be about your accuracy. What I like to do is I like to go onto normal just pubs with bots on recruit or whatever, veteran, whichever you fancy. Then what you want to do is turn off everything on aim assist, and then you'll notice that your accuracy will be real bad, like mine is, because I'm used to aim assists. So if you do this tip, and not only you'll get better without this, well, without aim assist, so then your shots will be on point, and even with aim assist, they'll just not get to the left or right to get those crucial shots and more damage per bullet, so you win more gunfights. And this doesn't just happen like straight away. You have to practice this for maybe, what I would do is create a schedule, do it for like an hour a day. Say go on, first thing you do, an hour without aim assist, then you go on to online with aim assist. You'll notice the difference. You'll keep getting more accurate, and you'll hit these crucial shots, and then the people you're playing with or your friends will be like, how did you land every single shot there, or even with like foregrip? It's because you're used to having no help, and this one just get you better at COD. If you're also a Battlefield player or anything like that, you can also, this will just get you better at first person shooters. Same with Destiny and other games, whichever contains guns or anything to do with guns or throwing stuff. It'll just get you better. I would totally recommend this, and keep at it though. If you keep dying on bots and you don't get a kill for a bit, don't take it too much. Even if it's on veteran, you're probably going to get destroyed when you first start. But that is tip number one. Tip number two is I can't show you online just now because I don't really like doing a live commentary, especially when it's just a vid like this. But one is, say you're running round this tunnel, yeah, and you kill someone on team deathmatch. Try lying in their body, and I guarantee you their teammate or they will come back and run to where they just died if they're that dumb. And if they do, that's an easy kill for you because they won't notice you in the dead body. They'll think it's just their dead body, or just looks a bit mangled, and that is really helpful. It'll get you more kills, get you closer to your streaks, make you look better. Obviously, this is what all is making you look better and making you do better. Okay, tip number three. This is what I like to call, I've made it up. I call like the I actually don't know what I've called it yet. I'm still working on it. It'll be something like peak or something. But say there was a camper in this building, I've just went into here, you're sitting there, and you went in with your shield. That's not a shield, and you like peeked around the corner, he shot at you, then you know where he is, so you can take your shield away, go in, pre-fire in the corner. He doesn't really stand a chance. So I think I'm just going to call it the peekaboo, I guess. Right, tip number four. See, when you're sprinting around the map, you're rushing around, but you're getting killed because people landing shots on you. What you can do is, instead of sprinting around here, stop so you're ready to just go on like that. So even if they do have quick draw, I have tested this. You do aim it at the exact same time, so it depends on your accuracy to win the gunfight. And this tip will get you better accuracy, so you're more likely to win that gunfight. You've been practicing this day in, day out, and I guess that just. One tip leads to the fourth, the first tip leads to this tip, and so on and so on. Right, so tip number five, strafe. If you don't know what that is, that's basically, if you do that, you can also aim while strafing. But I don't use it to aim, I use it to dodge instead of boost dodging, which really throws you off. Well, you can't even boost dodge when you're in aim, I just found that out. Strafing is where if I was, the way I do it is, if with aim assist it's really effective as well. If I was like that and he was shooting me, I'll be like that but still be on point. And if he's standing still, he's a goner, because then I'll just be I'll be moving, he'll land less shots on me, if not none if he's bad, and then I'll be landing all my shots because of strafing, even with aim assist. And then just practice strafing on bots again, practice all of these. Do not practice the whatever the one where you lie inside the body. I don't know a name for that. Tip number 6 is if you're a player that just focuses on their crosshairs, and that is where you're just running around the map, you're just focusing on that middle part of your screen, so you won't see anyone to your left or right, but as soon as they come up your reaction time is solid. Yeah, and you're winning all these gunfights, but see when someone's to your right, you lose it straight away because you don't notice them fast enough. So what you can do is you can look around the whole screen, not just one part. So if you have a big TV, that is a disadvantage. You have to look around more. You've got more area to cover with your eyes. So I would say having a 20 to 24 or 25-inch TV, sitting at the kind of same height, so your head's in line with the middle of the TV, I would say, and that really does help because you can then see the whole of it by just like a flick of your eye and stuff, and you'll notice things going past if you're also focused, looking everywhere. And this also does lead into tip number 6, which I'm just about to get into now. So tip number 6 is, a lot of when you watch pro players, if you see their face cam, you'll see their eyes always in like the top left corner, top right corner, the way their camera's faced, because that is where the mini map is. And if you're not paying attention to this and he was shooting at you and you didn't hear it, but if you're paying attention to it, you'll see where he's shooting and where he's at, so you can turn around, get a turn on kill, look really smart, and then eventually get picked up. But that's another big tip, like just looking around on your map. This is also good for S&D, because if somebody's boosting and they don't have blasted press like me, which I didn't bother for the same one, if it's recruit bots, you see a white line there, but it would be a red line for your enemy. And I've noticed this come in handy when you're on like just about to get a DNA bomb, and then someone's boosting around the score, and you're like, oh, I already know you're there. Then you just pre-fire them. They don't stand a chance, and so that is a really effective way. And tip number 7. I know there's a lot of tips. I'm probably gonna do like top 10 or something, but if I don't manage to get 10, I'll just call a tips and tricks video. But you already know by the title how many tips I've got in that. You can tell the future basically. And but tip number 7 is, oh, forgot. And that is the perks you used. Use the perks to suit your style. I would always recommend toughness and blast suppressor. Always use them. They'll win your gunfights. They'll stop you being seen around the map. But say you're a rusher, use lightweight. Okay. If you go around with a sub, use lightweight. If you're not, if you're an assault rifle and you like to sit back and get in the cover spots, use flak jacket for grenades. And same with attachments. If you're a rusher, put quick draw, stock, and then you decide the last perk, obviously. Or if you don't want quick draw, put foregrip, because I don't think quick draw is that much of a necessity for this game. But if you think it is, throw it on. But I prefer stock and foregrip on a gun than anything. Like sometimes you won't need advanced rifling or rapid fire on a gun, but I do like foregrip, stock, and advanced rifling on my ASM1. But I've done it with no attachments here because that is what I'm going to be using in game when I go back onto it. Because I am only level 11. I just seen my last video about the clan, and I'm not going to go into it. Just flick back and watch it after this video if you want. Tip number 8 is weapon choice. Have a look at what it says. If it says best in its class for range, and you're really good at controlling the recoil, and but you want to be a sub, just go with what you're best. Trust me, and just better that. If you want to become an all-round player like the likes of Nadeshot, he can do both. I'm pretty sure Clayster can as well. Like Nadeshot can snipe, rush, and also sit back with an AR. Like Cold Ghost, he was showing great examples of that with the what's it called, Remington, and the obviously MTAR and Vector, and then the L1 is hitting crazy shots with this like spawn shots and everything. I've not seen so many videos on Advanced Warfare yet. I've not been paying attention to the roster or teams or that, but I'm pretty sure Clayster's at Denial and that now. But I'm not gonna get into that kind of sidetracking. But so yeah, and that's what's just weapon choice. If it, like I said, best in class in handling, and you want to run about the place, you probably use that gun. But the sub I would recommend the most is ASM1, no matter what, because you can modify it to rapid fire for close range, rapid fire, quick draw, and foregrip. Very effective. To be honest, if you're running around the map anyway, you're doing swift movements using your EXO, getting into all these alleyways, getting behind people, you won't really need to strafe. You can still strafe without it, it's just not as much. it becomes more predictable and people notice your pattern. If you leave a pattern, they always read it. I would never recommend doing the same thing more than once in a game. If you have to, yeah, but like what you can do is say you ran across here in S&D, then 2 rounds later you done it. They wouldn't remember. If you done it that round, in the second round, they would then expect you to do it that round, like the third round. So what you can do is use tactics and say they were watching for you there ready, like snipe you or just absolutely demolish you with ARs. Run down this gap here and go in here and then just run down through their spawn. Hopefully no one catches you in mid and come around the back of them. And then if they're still there, then you've just outsmarted them. You've used reverse psychology. And then you do that thing on that map, they'll expect you to do that, and then on the last round, they're clueless, but if they're smart, they'll say, he'll expect me to look that way again. No, he'll expect me to go that way, so I'm going to look that way again. It depends on how smart you think, but don't overthink it. If you overthink things, you're usually just going to the dumb option. If you have an idea, just do it straight away. If it doesn't work, keep trying it. Like, try it on pubs, like the 4v4, ranked play. See, ranked play, people see that as a way to go pro. It really isn't. That's just a way to go up divisions and play a little bit more competitive. But to go pro, you really got to do GBs, put money into tournaments. Like if you seen Nadeshot's video, he said he was going from winning $100 in tournaments when you had to pay $20 to go in as a team, I think. So you have to put money into it. You can't just, unless you're really good at the game, but your mum and dad or whatever don't allow you to put money in. And obviously mum and dad would not be a fan of that idea, putting money into a game when I can lose it. It's basically gambling under the age of 18. But so there is also ways that's probably the best way you can do it. Put money into tournaments, show your skills against people who are putting real money into it, get scouted by better teams, and just keep climbing up the ladders as you go. And what I've noticed here is my accuracy is getting a lot better without aim assist. And like I said, you can do GBs, do tournaments that don't get money out of it. People still do watch them because there's some hidden gem players in there for people to pick up when they're like 15, coach them, and then they're like slayers or they're ARs or they've got a 6 sniper shot in the next 2 years when you've been picked up by the clan. I would recommend not doing the default playstyle. That is, well, default holding your controller. I call it default because that's one where both your thumbs are on the joysticks and your left index finger, your right index finger on the shoot buttons, and that's all it is. So your thumb's doing most of the work. What I do is I play claw, but I don't play claw in the full way. That is where I don't use it on the left side. I use part of it on the right side. I will need to take a photo sometime and show you, but I can't do that just now. So it's basically I would use my middle finger on the shoot button, but I've put it onto flipped. So on the PlayStation as R1 to shoot, so my middle finger is on R1, then my index finger covers X, square, triangle and circle, so that's jump, reload and stuff like that. And then and then I play on tactical flipped, so that's where I can still drop shot with not moving anything, and then still jump shot as long as I keep my index finger on X, because that's where I need it most. And so it's really effective, gets you jump shot kills. You can see I'm just going to shoot, wait, and I'm still shooting constantly. So plus you keep your aim, and it's not, it'll take you maybe 2 hours straight in a game to learn it, but if you're going to be learning over 10 minutes a day, probably 3 or 4 days, because then your hands will think that was just like, oh it's something different. Then we're gonna go back to like treat your hands like pets. You've got to train them and stuff like that, and like give them a brain, but no, I mean like don't physically give them a brain. Like you've got to. Some days your hands will, well, your thumbs will just have a mind of their own, and you're not even noticing when you're killing these players. You've been practicing that much, your hands just know what to do. It's like they're a whole new person. So that was another 2 tips I think. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this got you better at anything you want to do be better at, and also leave comments down below on tips I can let people know my videos, and also, well, nothing really much else. So